Hey guys, welcome back. This is Jax on the channel, The Jaxster, and this is StoneBlock 3, episode 35. And we're continuing on with this Ultimate Stew, getting the recipes done for it. So, let's go ahead and make sure we got everything done. I don't think we'll be able to get quite all the recipes done because there's 3 in the crate that we need to do. But let's get on with the video. I need to clean up my inventory. I was working on the Man of Steel, so need to get rid of that. Now that we're working on the pots, we need to get the recipes set up for those. So we just want to come down. Shows 2. I don't think that's right. I think it's only set shift. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think you only get 2 out of that. So that's the first one. The next one is cabbage and a mushroom, or cabbage and raw pork. That's fine. Looks like it's doing that again. I'm pretty sure you will only get 1. So we need to make sure it's right. So once it goes back into the other refined storage component, which is the interface, it will make sure it's done, and the system is completed. Alright, so this one's going to need bowls too, but we won't put the bowls on there, and we'll import the bowls from another way. We'll probably use a EMC link and a pipes to put it in. So that's the third one. Alright, chicken soup. That's why it's giving us 2, I think, because it's showing the output probably. Yeah. So we'll take the bowl away again this time. So that's chicken soup. And we need vegetable soup. And I'll probably cut you guys, after you see me do this a couple times, you know how to make the recipe, so it's not a big deal. So I'm going to go through and finish these. I'll put them in the crafters and then I'll come back. That way we're not extending the video past what I think would be interesting. So we got vegetable soup. I'm looking at the first one I started looking at. We look at the recipe. It's got 2 beetroots. So I guess it's a problem because when it brings it into the cooking pot, it stacks them and that won't work. I'm pretty sure if we go like this, yeah, it starts cooking it. So we need to come up with a way to make those separate. One way is maybe to use a regulator. So that should have went into the system. But you can't use a regulator in the crafter itself. And so we need to get the items over so we can use the crafter. So let's take this out. And we might have to go like right here. So we put our crafter there. We can rotate that. Because I think we want to I'm going to try to go into a barrel. I think that's the thing I want to do. If I can spell it right. And right click, we get 1. So we take that barrel. That's not going to work the way I want it to go either. Can we do exporter? No, we need to be able to set the recipe here. I don't think you can do that by here, right? Ratatouille. Yeah, there's no way to set it there. Okay, so turn that off. That's just for basically doing it. Okay, so if we could lock a recipe, well, we can't even do that. It's heated. Actually, it doesn't look like it took it out. So let's take it out, put it, oh, well, it wouldn't if this is broken. But I think I broke it afterwards, so. So you want to import back into the system. So we'd put it there. All right, give me a second to think about this, because being the first one. Okay, I think I might have it on this one. So I think we will use a regulator. We will use an exporter. So out of refined storage system. And if we can do it like 64 items at a time. Okay. So we put our regulator up here. We'll need a stack upgrade probably too. And we won't want to use the recipe right there. Cancel that. Take that out. That's still the recipe. So let's get a stack upgrade. I'd already thought about this because the tomato soup is 2 also. But it's a little bit different than what I was thinking. So, all right, so we get our stack upgrade. There, we could put a couple speed upgrades in there too. Let's grab those over here. Our exporter. Okay, so then we need our items for the ratatouille, which are tomato, onion, and 2 beetroots. Tomato, onions. So I think we can grab those from over here. Tomato. Onion. And beetroot. But we need that times 2. And I think if we right click and we do a stack of each, because that's what I planned on doing with the tomatoes, that should work. Am I not clicking it? Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's hook that up in the system. The only thing is, it's going to run constantly, which I guess is not too bad of a thing, but we need that ratatouille set up in the system. So let's go put that up here. You see the ones that can be crafted are already set up. Okay, so that gets the, and how many can this hold of the ratatouille? 16,000. Let's put another upgrade in there. I mean, that should be plenty, but right. Now it can hold, because they probably only do a stack of like 16 each on those. Like some of them, like this chicken, it only holds 1 at a time. So we need to put another upgrade in that too, or more. Because we need at least 2,000. And then if we look at it, it can hold 1 million now. Okay, that's, let's see, if we take that out, 32,000, I think I like the 1 million better, just in case. All right, so we have that set up over here. That's our last one, which will be this one. So if we grab a cable for it, this should start going. Okay, and it's going to work because, yeah, it's doing that. We can speed this up. That's not an issue. But it's keeping 64 in there, so it keeps doing it. So they're in separate slots. Okay, so anything that has 2 of the same things, we'll probably need to do an exporter with a regulator, a stack upgrade. Okay, I did forget to mention too, anything with an exporter on it, we probably need to set up a detector or something with refined storage to say that we will have the maximum that we want. You know, we want to keep at least like 64 or 1,000 or 2,000 or whatever in the inventory. What I'm doing, I'm not going to do that right now. I might do it later. But since we're getting closer to the end of the pack, I don't think I really need to do that. I'm just turning off, say, the recipe basically, so it's not cooking anything else. So I'll just set it up so it works with redstone only, and that would take care of the problem for me. But if you did want to have more, I'm pretty sure it's the refined storage detector. So if we go refine and detector, yeah, this little thing, I used that back in Direwolf, and you just got to set it up, connect it to the system, and you put in the items that you want. I guess we could look at that real quick. So you do have to have it connected to refined storage. So that should work right there. Nope, it's not coming up in it. Okay. So either that doesn't connect from the bottom, or okay, let's see. And it got brought into here. Oh, you got to put your item. That's what it is. Okay. Okay, so like, let's go over here to this one. We're making the pumpkin soup. And if we take a look at pumpkin soup, so you'd have to make a detector for each one. So we're at 1.9 thousand right now, 1954. So we take that out so we can make it, and say for 1975 is what we want to have. Why is that not working? Items, mode. Oh, okay. So we need to have that. We need emit exact on. That would turn the system off over there. That's kind of what I was talking about, saying working only. Okay. So we could technically go, I think, put it right here. Okay, so that one's, we're not going to do anything with it, but we'll set this one up. Ignore redstone, only work with redstone, only work without redstone signal. So it's going to have a redstone signal when we don't want to make anything else. We want to work without redstone signal. Okay, so we go ahead and put our pumpkin soup back in there, and then we put in 1975. We might have went past that. Let's see. See, yeah, we went past that. So say 2038. Okay, so we hit the redstone signal, so this should stop down here now. Yep, it did. Kind of stopped in the middle, which is not ideal, but so we can clear that out. Let's say if we wanted 2050, it should start back up. There we go. So that's how the detector. It's been a few minutes since I've used it, but once the system, the inventory or the refined storage system hits 2050 for pumpkin soup, you see it turned on, and it's getting things stopped in there. Let's see if we change that, see if it still keep working. But anyway, you know you can stop it there. So let's say 2055. Yeah, it looks like it's going to work there. Okay, and then we get stopped with a few things in the system, and you know that's partly because of the speed and everything we got going on. But I think it's a pretty good working system. So if you wanted to make sure that you only had a certain amount in here or whatever, that's the way to use it with the detector. And a redstone signal, say run without the redstone signal, because this will output a redstone signal. Or you can change that too, but I'm going to leave it that way. And you can say exact mode on. Okay. All right. Let's get back to the rest of the video. Alright guys, I said I'd show you if I had any problems with anything else. This one I was having problems with. It was making cabbage rolls and pumpkin soup. So I figured out the solution, because anytime it would get like cabbage in first and the pork, it would go ahead and make the cabbage rolls. So what I did is in the exporter, I just separated them apart, and that seemed to take care of the problem. Because if they would get one of them would get in with the other one, they would just automatically go ahead and make cabbage rolls. Because the pork was getting staggered with speeding these up a little bit. So if that makes sense. So now it's working, even if they come in a little different. There's a space in between, so the pork and the cabbage aren't together. So we're getting consistently the pumpkin soup now. So just watch it for another minute or a few seconds. Yeah, I've been watching it for a minute before I started recording, so pretty happy with the way it's working. So with this setup here, stack upgrade, which we probably really don't need the stack upgrade. Or the regulator. We probably just put speed upgrades in here and be fine. But the way I've got it set up, it's working. It's not the fastest, and I think it's because I'm using that regulator and stuff. You can just go ahead and right click and set one for each one of these, but really since it's already set up, there's no sense of doing that. Alright, let's get back with the other stuff. So let's go back over here to the first one, which I was going to do. I've already put the patterns in most of these. As you can see, those are wheat, cabbage, onion, and raw chicken. Those all should be fine. Now we can do the same thing here and speed them up. Just put speed upgrades. So let's do that real quick. And the ones that we can do that. We don't need a regulator in there. It won't take a regulator. So if we go ahead and say craft dumplings. And are we saying yeah, it does give us 2 dumplings. Okay. So go over here to dumplings. Craft. And we'll just do 64 to start. And that way we can do multiples and see if we have any problems. We put them all in there, but they're all different in different locations, so it's fine. We get 2 for each one. Okay, cool. Now, it's not coming out. I thought it would go back out directly. Let's see if that works. Because if not, maybe the interface is not going to work the way I thought they were going to work. Or we had to put a pipe in the middle. Yeah, they're not working that way. So I could have moved them over, but if we just grab a pipe, an item pipe, now, and we should be able to extract them out, right? Out of the sides. I think that's what we determined was sides. Okay, it looks like it's going out. Perfect. Okay, it's not fast. We can speed all that up in case more gets in. We want to go ahead and do that. This is coming in as fast as it's probably going to do it. Okay, so let's go do our second one together. So cabbage and pork chop, raw pork chop. We get 1 cabbage roll. Okay, so let's put in our speed upgrades again. And request cabbage. And 64, start. So if we look in our cooking pot, we got our items. It's making those. So now we've determined that we're going to need to come out. This is not as clean as I liked it. I could have put the pipes behind, and I may do that later, but just for right now, to make them work, we'll do this. So if we look now, they're being pulled into the system. Okay, so let's look at our next one. Okay, so this is our first one we're going to need bowls with, I think. Okay, so what I planned on doing, which I did over there, and I needed bowls, I went ahead and put an EMC link, a personal one, and extracted out. So again, that's this one. So if we come behind, and if it needs a bowl, then we wouldn't be able to put the other pipes behind it. So we'll get our EMC link. We'll grab our pipe. We determine what we're going to put in here. Target the bowl, wooden bowl. Come on, you can do it. It's weird sometimes. Okay, there we go. Maybe it's because it likes 16 at a time. Not sure. So we go here, we'll give it an upgrade. Should be getting all the bowls in the world. Let's go ahead and see. One beef stew. So let's stew. And we've already got some, so we need a control shift. Request a stack and start. So that's going to put the items in here. It's filling up. We didn't put any upgrades in here, so we need we could do stack upgrades in those too, but I think we'll be okay with just speeds, so we'll start out with those. And let's go ahead and request another stack of those. It usually makes them fairly fast, so we'll grab those, put them in here. Our speed upgrades. So we got it in here, we got the beef stew working. Again, we just need to pipe it out and do an upgrade. And we got the stew. Okay. Let's see, I need to make sure these items, like the dumplings, I don't know that I put the cabbage in the dumplings. I want to make sure those are actually going into a drawer. So we look at, let's go up here actually. I don't think I set up the dumplings. I planned on doing those in this top row, so we just need to look in the system, grab the dumplings out because I want them to come here. I already set up the priority that if we have a drawer for them, they will come here first. Let's make sure no more is in it because sometimes, yeah, like that. Okay, so they should come in here now. And then we had the stew. And let's see. Beef stew. Yeah, it's only doing a stack at a time, so I don't think we had those anywhere else, right? And so let's make sure we get all of them out of the system so they come to the right place. Just grab them all out real quick like that. There we go. So they should be all coming into here now. And you see the dumplings are coming in. We just have to place them in here first. So on each one of those. So what else was let's see, I don't remember the other one that we might have set up. Okay, so yeah, it's easy to get turned around here. So that was the first one, which was the dumplings, the cabbage rolls, then the beef stew. Okay, the next one is going to be chicken soup. So we need to put our speed upgrades. And it is a bowl, so we got to put the MC link back here. And that's the reason I decided some of these I probably could use multiple or one cooking pot for everything, but I figured it'd be easier just to separate them out, and if I had an issue, you know, it'd be easy to identify. So that's my thinking. All right, so it's cooked rice. Is that what we don't have cooked rice in here, do we? That should be. Let's take these out. That wasn't the recipe. The recipe is chicken soup. So these are just cooked rice. That's fine. I might have had those in there for some other reason. So we got our speed upgrades. So we need to request chicken soup. And we could go ahead and just do like 16. I don't know how many this is actually going to do. So start. If we look over here at it, and we want to go stage these. So we'll stage at every time we make a set. Yeah, that does warn. So if we go up, and we grab these out. So we should watch for a second, and it should send the other ones over. If not, we can grab them out. Chicken soup, showed one, which we just pulled out. Those should go there, so I'm not going to worry about those. Let's grab out our speed upgrades. And actually, we should be able to throw these rice back in the system, because we had a drawer up there for those. Okay, so we got 4. That's the reason why those didn't come out, which actually is a good idea. So, extract, speed upgrade, and everything looks good. The next one is vegetable soup. Okay, so we need to put our speed upgrades. And then look at vegetable soup. Looks like we already have Warren, so let's go stage that Warren up here. Because I'm pretty sure I didn't stage any of these, even though I might have tested some making them over in the system. Here, which this is the rice. Yeah, cooked rice. Okay, so we got this one, and we're going to need probably bowls again. Grab our AMC link, pipe, and then put the bowls in. Come up here, we got our speed upgrades in it. And vegetable soup. Just for testing sakes, we'll do 12. So we should be, yep, we got our items coming in. We don't have our bowls. Okay, I didn't hit the extract, upgrade. Okay. So that all looks good. And we have it staged already, so we can go into the system. Shift click. Alright, so what's our next one? Again, fish stew. Okay, so we're going to need, again, bowls. As you guys can see, there's a pattern, which is good, you know. Except these guys don't want to go in there for some reason. Okay, so we'll extract. Shift click. And then we need to request a fish stew. I don't know that we get any of those in the system. No. So let's go ahead and just do 16 real quick. Okay, tomato sauce we're out of. We don't have. Alright, so what's tomato sauce? I think that's the one I need to make that has 2 in it. I wonder why I didn't have it left in here. Okay, so tomato sauce. Okay, so is that a crate only? Nope, here's a cooking pot. So it's 2, and that's the one I was talking about. So we might need another system. Where do we want to put that one? I was doing like a 2 gap in these. I guess I don't want to put it there. And I already staged these out the way I wanted them. Okay, let's go up here. Alright, give me a minute and I'll come back and we'll have that one staged too. Maybe we'll put the tomato sauce. Yeah, I think we'll put the tomato sauce. It's going to be a regulator, so. we could just put it out here in front. So we need another cooking pot. And a stove. So we could put it maybe next to this one and have it coming out into the regulator. So this one's not going out. Yeah, okay. So if we do this, put our pot here, we need an exporter. And then we'll need a stack upgrade. Let's just go ahead and do 12 of these real quick. So we have some in the system. These are probably EMC, no they're not EMC, but okay. So if we grab our exporter, place it. Okay. Yeah, this might be actually easier. So let's grab our regulator. Let's grab our stack upgrade. We need to do 2 tomatoes. Actually, we can do that right here. Tomato. And I spelled it wrong. Tomato. So let's go here. And here. Right click, 64. Right click, 64. Grab a couple speed upgrades just to top it off. Should be getting our tomato sauce, even though we don't have bowls. Okay, so yeah, we need to have bowls in there. And since we have bowls over there, I think we'll just tap into that one. So we'll make this a 2-for-1 thing. And we should be able to just set it to extract, and then maybe set a speed upgrade in it. And then we should have our tomatoes. All right, tomato sauce. Let's go ahead and go stage that. And we could probably stage the Ratatouille. I thought we might have done that already, but maybe not. What's Ratatouille? Does that look like a Ratatouille? Yes, Ratatouille. Okay, so Ratatouille is already staged. Tomato paste we'll put here. So it's staged. And we get back over here to our doubles. So for both of these, we just need to have them going into the system. Let's make sure I get my upgrades, get speed upgrade, speed upgrade. We probably could put a speed upgrades in our importer too. And then we just need to pipe all the stuff out and into the interface. And to do that, we should just be able to click here. It shouldn't pull anything into the side. Hopefully it might have though. No, it didn't. Okay, cool. So let's give it a couple upgrades. Speed upgrade there. Pipe upgrade basically. And I had this turned on so it wouldn't go into the system. Only work without redstone, ignore redstone. There we go. Okay, so I think we got all those going. I know we don't have all of them finished. I'll do those off camera and before the next episode. Unless I run into an issue, then I may go ahead and record it so I can show you guys. If you have an issue with some of the ones we didn't do yet, let me know. But looks like these are working pretty good. We were doing, I think this is the fish stew. Yeah, so it pulls in the tomato paste that we got set up, which has bowls. This doesn't require a bowl, but for actually it looks like it probably does require a bowl. So let's ignore that. So we got our bowls. Okay, then went out. So it does have a bowl, but when it brings the tomato paste in, for some reason it throws out a bowl. So I'm accumulating up with this accumulator. I did put a filter in here, allows for item restriction, so we can come up here, and I've done an allow list and bowls, and all that does, it's put them in here, and then it runs back into the EMC link here, so we're not really, we're recycling, you know, it's a good thing, right? Okay, so let's clean that back up here. So I just wanted to show you guys that, because it's something I told you if I run into an issue, I would show you. So we got 91 Ratatouille. Yep, there's 32. Okay, guys, they're not super fast right now, but we could still always put a watch a flowing time on there. My goal is to get at least 2,000 so we can make the ultimate stew. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you liked the episode. Bye.